joining me for this Lunch and Learn to go over 3 keys to achieving sustainable revenue growth. So how can we increase revenue with strategic shifts to your growth goals? In the next 30 minutes or so, we will look at potential misalignments to revenue growth, what steps you can take for innovative change, gaining new clients in the new era of selling. Does this sound like you? Overwhelmed with the online world of experts? You've invested money and time in marketing campaigns, struggling with a flat pipeline of potential leads, struggled with setting yourself apart in a saturated market. You may be frustrated, confused, and out of ideas. And here's what we're going to discuss today, and hopefully it will be educational and you will be able to pull some ideas in moving forward within your organizations. My name is Lori Johnston. I am the founder of Allied Exchange. I work with businesses to build strategies to achieve revenue growth, bridging the gaps between sales, marketing, and operations. I'm a professional member of the National Association of Women Sales Professionals, Women in Technology International, Project Management Institute, the International Association of Women, and HIMSS, which is Health Information and Management Systems Society. With over 20 years of experience as a collaborative change leader, enabling the growth of successful teams and organizations, I'm a champion for businesses focusing challenges in an ever-expanding digital world. Some of the organizations that I have worked with include Sony Corporation, Stanford University, Shell Oil, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and the list goes on. In my career as a sales professional with the focus to business process improvement, I have had the pleasure to work with a variety of companies. Last year, I conducted market research for my own business, and the same concerns kept coming up. What all the concerns had in common was how to achieve sustainable revenue growth, sustainable being the key word here. With this research, I set out to investigate further and study what are some of the components to achieving sustainable revenue growth. Taking what I already understood in business and what I found further, I have put together the following 3 keys that companies face as challenges. In doing so, I believe the solutions to these challenges are attainable for any business. So how do we prevent misalignment to revenue growth? What most businesses think that the problem is not enough new and recurring sales. So what do most companies do? They put their focus on increasing revenues. Makes sense, right? Wrong. That is an issue because the stagnant or declining revenues isn't the problem. It's a symptom. The problem is somewhere else, and more likely, probably more than one issue. One main question to ask yourself, is everyone in the company on the same page and heading in the same direction? What the true problem is that the team is not properly aligned. It's very likely that even in sales do increase for a period of time, you will still end up with employees who are confused, making the sales increase unsustainable. Here is what is really going on. Your employees don't understand your business, and they certainly don't understand your risks. A company with the team properly aligned will find that their employees care about the direction of the company, knowing it requires a sustainable effort on their part. If the team understands the business goals and risks, they will feel connected to the results. By connecting with individuals, you're helping them to feel like they make a difference. Clarity around the strategy, the goals, and the risks are imperative for revenue growth. So moving on steps that you can take for innovative change. What most companies I found think that the problem is are barriers to creativity, ideas, and innovation. Some are obvious, while some are not. Barriers emerge from attitudes and perception of the organizational leadership, while others come from the overall structure or even from the employees themselves. What the true problem is the resistance to new ideas and processes. This happens because it's human nature to become uncomfortable when it comes to potential change. I am one who believes in the benefit of sharing stories about innovation in the workplace. By doing so, you can put creativity into context and eliminate any preconceived ideas about any barriers. It is important to communicate the benefits of adopting new ideas for both the company as well as the employees. This will help gain acceptance throughout the organization and for everyone to become adaptable to change. I love this quote from Karen Siska. It's crucial to identify creative barriers with the understanding it's natural for organizations and employees to resist change. This is true of everybody, but the important thing is to embrace change and embrace new ideas. How do we gain new clients? What most companies I've found think the problem is that you're doing all the right things, you're working hard, but your client list isn't growing. And new customers are not coming in a manner that meets your expectations. You think that your sales and marketing teams must not be doing their jobs effectively. What the true problem is that it's no secret that buyers have changed. Salespeople used to have all the information, but in our digital age, buyers can do their own research. They diagnose their own problems. And to a certain extent, they design their own solutions to those problems. So what's really going on? It's a new age of selling, less prescriptive and product focused than in the past. The rise of the inbound selling process requires new strategies for salespeople and companies to adapt to their changing reality. By definition, inbound sales is the process of focusing on individual buyers and their personal needs, points of pain, frustrations, and their goals. A company needs to recognize this and change the way their salespeople sell to match how people buy. Create an outreach program and be relevant. I stress this to many people that I talk with and the teams that I have led. It's crucial to identify your target market, your target customer. Connect with them. Connect with them on social media. Connect with them in person, over the phone. Explore their organization. Explore their pain points. Find out what is really important to them. And then offer advice. Advise them. Don't charge to advise them. Have a collaborative conversation and offer ideas. This helps build trust between people, and people buy from people they trust. And so when you identify the right clients, you can connect with them on multiple levels. You explore and you understand their business and their pain points, and you can advise and have open conversations. That builds the trust, and they are more than likely to either recommend your solutions, services, or products, or purchase your services and solutions and products themselves from you. When attempting on your own, sometimes you need expert help. Many businesses struggle to stay ahead of the competition. The day-to-day operations of the company are more than enough to keep a management team busy. The only focus is to continually attempt to maintain the status quo. That's just not enough. Sometimes employees and managers are just too close to a problem inside an organization to see it or even identify the root causes. No one likes to change, but sometimes change is needed. Businesses should be concerned with employee morale and other issues that get in the way of implementing change. Sales engagement tools, necessity. Up-to-date new sales processes. Sometimes what has been the old and true way of doing things just isn't the right way to do things now. And you need to change in your manner of the sales process, marketing process, operations, and bring it all together with a fresh perspective. And then sales coaching. Coaching and continual education is very important. Somebody like myself who has been in the sales profession, specifically around technology, for over 20 years, I have taken it upon myself to continually stay abreast to new trends and challenges, but also to educate myself on an ongoing basis of new ideas, new ways to do things. How can I do something more efficient? Is there a tool that's going to help me? Very important. So in review, alignment of your goals, risks, and strategies throughout the entire organization is imperative to revenue growth. Sales engagement processes, enablement tools, and coaching and continual education on new and improved ways of engaging with clients is important. Creating that outreach program and being relevant. You need to be relevant out on social media, in person, with your business, professionally and personally, in order to grow your business and increase revenue. And of course, the all important embrace change. Change is inevitable. We move through this digital age and we have artificial intelligence, we have robotics, we have so much technology out there that to embrace the change and embrace these technologies and how to do things more efficiently and more empowering is just going to benefit you and your customers. So for joining this webinar today, I'm offering a complimentary 1-hour consultation to sit down, chat about what your concerns are, your thoughts, offer some ideas, maybe some fresh perspective on where you would like to take your business. I will send the deck out afterwards where it says schedule here. That's a link to my calendar where you can select a time that is available and works for you. And I look forward to our conversations. The package that I offer, or that is most popular, is my rapid revenue process analysis. It's an assessment for deeper understanding of your business culture, your goals, and your strategies, speaking with the different divisions within the organization, sales, marketing, operations, clients, understanding the gaps between business goals and the strategy in order to pinpoint root causes and come up with new ideas, reviewing the current state, and then of course making recommendations for change, what you can do to improve, what you can change in processes. Maybe it's just training on a current tool that you're using that will help, setting up an enablement program within your organization. The deliverable you'll receive a rapid revenue process analysis roadmap. This roadmap will be a document containing your current state, the recommendations for a future state, what you can implement within your organization to help you grow and have that sustainable revenue. And I will leave you with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Thank you very much for your time. I would like to now open it up for any questions that you may have. Thank you. Okay, yes, I can share a time when I did this for an organization. Basically, it was a software company and professional services, and they had many silos. Marketing was on its own agenda. Sales had its own agenda. Engineers had their own agenda. Implementation had their own agenda. And unfortunately, this ultimately caused issues not only in growing revenue and having sustainable revenue, but it caused problems with customers. And so there were constant fires arising, and a lot of people would reach out to me in these different divisions to help them to solve the problem. And for me, it was really getting to the root cause, which happened to be internally, and it happened to be because everybody was on a different page. The communication was not there, collaboration was not there. The right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing. And so by meeting with the department heads and setting up some time to review where the gaps were, how come each division did not know and understand what the other one's role was in a particular project, for example. And what I found is that the gap really lied in understanding the goals of the project. And this came from a customer's goals. And everybody not everybody, but there were a variety of people that misinterpreted what those goals meant to them. And instead of asking questions or attending certain meetings, a kickoff meeting to have that understanding, people took it upon themselves to make assumptions. So in turn, what I ended up doing is meeting with department heads of these different divisions: project management, implementation, sales, and marketing, and explaining what I had found as to be the root cause, and that we needed to change it. So putting in place a program internally for project success, and it was kind of like a project management tool, but everybody had access to it. And we put together a standard of practice on engaging with clients. Customers would actually write out or explain verbally and in writing what their goals were for the project, what their expectations were for the project, so that everybody understood it from a customer's perspective. And everybody was brought into the loop, and there was accountability placed on every division. By doing this, everybody started getting on the same page. We had less issues and a lot more collaboration and a lot more successful projects that came to fruition, which actually increased revenue for the organization by 152%.